What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to On-Chain Gaming. Today we're going to be talking about the war against cryptocurrency by the SEC, and it's really coming from higher up, from Congress. There are some in Congress that are very, very, very opposed to crypto. I'm talking and looking at you, Nancy Pelosi. And I think my take on this is actually going to be a little bit different than a lot of you guys are going to expect here. Because if you go on YouTube or on Twitter right now, you are just going to find a ton of hate regarding the SEC going after Coinbase. And I actually have been thinking about this, and my gut feeling was actually the same way. Like, how dare the SEC go after crypto? How dare they try and stop innovation? How dare they do something that's going to slow down real player ownership in video games, which I'm really, really passionate about. But as I've been thinking about this more, I've realized that the SEC actually has a really good point regarding a lot of cryptocurrencies that make it really hard for someone like me to actually cover some of these coins. So we're gonna push that off for a second though, because there's a lot I want to unpack there. But before I do that, I just want to say that I am completely in support of Coinbase. I think that Coinbase has done everything by the book as much as they could, and I think that Coinbase is going to be a great representation for the entire digital asset community in court. And hopefully in court we are finally going to get some clarity, which we desperately need in the United States. Right now it is a place of fear and uncertainty, and the entire reason why On-Chain Gaming is not sponsored anymore is because we talk about where coins might go in the future, which is scaring everyone because no one knows when, they're going to be the next target of regulation here, or even what the rules are. Like, we don't even know what you're going to get sued for because we don't know what the rules are, and it's just a really, really bad situation. But let's talk about the flip side. Let's move on to this can of worms that I pushed off a second here, because I've been thinking, I'm an investor. I was an investor in stocks. I like to say companies because they really are companies that you're buying, and the stock price fluctuations matter far, far less than the execution of the company and how much they're actually growing revenue, how they're competing in the marketplace, whether or not they're growing market share, how good their products are. That matters a lot more long term than what the stock market, what your crazy neighbor yells at you that they're willing to pay for your company today. But when you look at cryptocurrency, and it's part of the reason why when this bear market started and the market really started its downturn, I actually moved a lot of assets out of the crypto space. I sold my Town of the Duke, which I had bought for $100,000. I sold it for $150K. My Mystic Axie, I sold that for a 50% gain as well, back to Geo, the co-founder of Axie Infinity. And I sold a lot of the crypto that I was holding. I even sold some ETH back into Tesla stock. And I know that sounds like I'm abandoning the crypto gaming space, but I'm really not at all. This is still where my heart is. I still think that the metaverse or massive multiplayer online games with real economies are the future, and stuff like the Apple Vision Pro getting announced just make me more excited because it's one of those pillars. You have digital assets, you have augmented or virtual reality, and then you have the actual games, these believable living worlds that are all going to come together to create like alternate realities, alternate countries, alternate places with economic opportunity. And I think all of that is super exciting, and I'm not abandoning that at all. But in the moment of fear, in the moment where people think that the sky is falling, there was nothing to hold on to with a cryptocurrency. Let's just use Star Atlas or GALA as an example. Two coins that, who knows whether or not they're securities or not, but their successes, you can't deny this. Their successes are entirely determined based on the execution of the Gala Games team and the Star Atlas team. If Gala Games goes out of business, if they lose their funding, if their runway runs out, if they disappear, you think Gala is going to have any value in the future? No, it's not. It's going to have no value. If Star Atlas, same thing. This is why I was so afraid when the FTX collapse happened, because Star Atlas lost some of their runway. Hopefully they'll get some of that back, but it's the same thing. If Star Atlas stops building this incredible metaverse that they're trying to create, Atlas coin, Polis coin, they're going to zero. And here is the whole problem that the SEC is trying to point out. There's a lot of us putting real money behind these commodities that are tied to a company, and we don't know anything about what's going inside those companies. So I have okay, I'll say my riskiest bet, and it's only risky because it's a small market cap. My riskiest bet in the stock market is a company that trades over the counter. It's a pink slip company because it only has a $20 million market cap. It also is going to bring in over $20 million in revenue this year with a 40% gross margin. It's highly undervalued. It's trading 0.6 times book value. But this super small, super risky company, as far as the stock market goes, they release quarterly reports. I can look at their balance sheet. I can look at their revenue. I can look at their expenses. I can look at everything. These quarterly reports get audited by a third party, so I can be confident that the company's not lying about this stuff. And the stock market views it as an incredibly risky play. And there's a 100% margin requirement if you want to buy this company on margin because it's so small. Yet, when it comes to crypto gaming coins that are 100% reliant on the companies that launched them, we don't know anything. I have no freaking clue if Gala Games has $100 billion or on their last $5. How am I going to get confident to buy Gala coin if I have no idea the health of that company? Or Star Atlas. I love the concepts behind Star Atlas. I love the CEO of Star Atlas. But once again, I don't have any visibility at all into the fog of war that is that company. I can't see their balance sheets. I can't see their quarterly reports. I have no idea if I buy these tokens, are they going to go to zero or are they going to go to the moon? Because I'm like completely reliant on the community sentiment. And community sentiment, it's like a circular thing, is reliant on the creators and content that gets released into the community. So it's like I can look and say, oh wow, this Discord is popping, make a video on it. The Discord is even more popping and the coin can start running. And you have no idea the whole time the company's on its last dollar, it's about to go bankrupt, and then 5 months later the coin is zero. And it's like, wow, that is really risky to talk bullish about any gaming crypto coin right now. Maybe if these coins are entirely reliant on the success of the companies that launch them, maybe they are actually securities, and maybe it would actually be good if a company wanted to raise money from the public, from you and I, if they actually told us how their company was health-wise. If we actually got quarterly reports, if they actually had to register these things and do things more by the book. And I am very happy buying speculative things if there's no fog of war and I can actually understand every single piece of the fundamental picture, understand how their balance sheet stacks up against those that they're competing against. How much money are they burning every single month? How many months of runway do they have left? All of this is so important if you're going to take a speculative bet on something that's unproven. Yet in the crypto gaming space, we don't have any insight. And I know that a lot of you guys, when I was sponsored by Gala, kind of trusted me or thought that I had insider information. I didn't have any insider information at all into Gala. The only time I would ever get any type of insider information was like 1 week early if they wanted me to release a video on like an announcement date. And that only happened like 2 times during the year plus that I was sponsored by Gala Games. So I almost knew nothing ever anything more than any of you guys. And to expect, man, I am sorry, guys. I shouldn't have been as bullish. I still think that Gala has a really good chance of succeeding, but I'm saying that completely as a guess because I don't know how much money Gala has. I don't know what their monthly expenses are. I don't know any of that. I don't even know who's funding them. So it's this fog that leaves all of the normal everyday people that are excited about this space in really risky places. And you have to be an accredited investor, which we can talk about whether or not that's good or bad, to invest in small, unproven companies. Yet, it was kind of a free-for-all in crypto. And especially if you weren't watching our channel and you were investing in a lot of the crap that we refused to talk about, people lost hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars overall in this space. And it's not over yet, guys. The fat lady hasn't sung the final song. The game isn't over. And these companies that do succeed, that do have the runway, that are going to be finishing these games, like their coins are probably going to be going up a lot. Unless they're just banned from the United States entirely. But I think there's going to eventually be some way for these things to exist, even if they do have to exist as securities. But yeah, I'm sure this take is different than a lot of you guys thought I was going to have. I actually think it's really good that Coinbase is going to be going to court with the SEC and that we're going to get some clarity on a lot of this, because these coin successes are 100% attached to the success of the companies, which makes them reliant on centralized organizations. And Gala Coin, especially after Gala version 2, is hella centralized. It is completely it was centralized before, but now they can change anything about the contract whenever they want, if I understand correctly. So you're 100% taking a bet on a centralized organization when you buy Gala Coin. So yeah, history's gonna play out here, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out how this all works out over time. But I am very scared to be bullish about anything right now, to be completely honest, in the crypto gaming space, which maybe means this is the perfect buying opportunity. If you actually do think that the balance sheets of these companies are good. I mean, you ask Gala, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, no, it's great." But they fired a lot of people. On-chain gaming was not the only ones. In fact, our partner manager who we had like built our relationship with inside of Gala, he's no longer there. And it was a new guy who just came in and was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing? Leave." And I don't know if he knew how impactful on-chain gaming was for Gala's initial success or not. But people are getting kicked out the door left and right. So normally a company that's doing really, really well is not reducing, the size. And I'm actually kind of glad. I think it's actually good that the SEC is suing Coinbase. Not because I think Coinbase is doing anything wrong or I think Coinbase is going away. I think Coinbase is still going to be here. But because that is going to go to the courts and we're going to actually figure out some answers here. And I am certain that some of the way that things went down over the past couple of years, not good at all, and probably actually illegal. And it's part of the reason why I never launched my own coin. People were saying, launch an on-chain gaming coin. I was like, no, this is I'm a little too uncertain about how all this is going to play out to do something like that. And I'm glad that I did not do that, because once again, on-chain gaming coin, you think that thing's going to go to the moon if I stop making content? No, it's going to be entirely reliant on me and my team, which my team doesn't exist anymore. So it's entirely reliant on me, which means that's a centralized coin. That's a security, I think. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer here, guys. Take everything I say about security and commodity with a massive grain of salt. Probably the same amount of grain of salt as you should be taking when you think about buying any of these coins that are reliant on a company that you know nothing about, nothing at all about any of their ability to survive even the next week. So if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to drop a big thumbs up. We are pushing a massive update to Magic Book. So if you guys did not sign up for the Magic Book Alpha in the last video, we are launching long stories that are 10 times. These are 10 times better than the cliffhanger stories I showed off before. These are going to blow your mind. You cannot get this out of ChatGPT by saying, write me a story about this. We have started to do some really smart ideation to allow some really powerful story creation with hardly any work. Like, for example, can you get a story, like a really long chapter story out of ChatGPT? Yes. I did a lot of my testing for Magic Book through ChatGPT. However, it's 30 minutes of prompting now turned into 2 clicks on Magic Book. So I think we are really providing value now for those who want to create your own stories, like some real value add over GPT, even GPT-4 now. And it's just going to keep growing. This create version of Magic Book, the one page that's currently live, is only the first of 3 pillars that we're building for the user kind of journey that's going to exist inside of Magic Book. And I would just really appreciate both for continued on-chain gaming content, because Magic Book, since it's my company, is going to be pushing 10% of subscription revenue back to on-chain gaming forever. So if you want to support on-chain gaming, then subscribing through the link in the description is going to help kick back to us. But then also, Magic Book is going to be getting more expensive. This new update is definitely going to cost us more than $5 a month for any users that are actually using long stories like on a daily basis, because it's a lot of tokens. So the price is going to be going up soon. I'm not going to put a date on that yet, but I'm going to be making a video, and I'll probably be sharing it here on On-Chain Gaming, showing off the new long stories mode. And when that video goes up, that's going to be the kind of like 1 week, 75% off is not going to exist anymore. So also there's only, I think there's only like, I want to say 30, maybe only 20 slots left through this link as well. And then the on-chain gaming link is fully used up. There's another link that has like 40 slots left from the Twitter. So if you find the Magic Book Twitter account, which I'll link in the description below as well, then you might be able to get in through that link if the on-chain gaming one is full. But thanks for listening to my rant here, guys. This is not the official relaunch of on-chain gaming yet. I'm very excited for that. But this video is also going to go up on Twitter as well. It could be a little, we might have a little bit of a soft launch if there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. This is kind of, but yeah. All right. Enough digressing. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for thumbsing up. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.